Hello software pros. In this video, we're going to talk about version control. Version control is a way for you to keep track of every single code change you've ever made to your project. In other words, it's a way to keep track of the history of your changes. With version control, you can go back a couple of years on the project and figure out exactly what change you've made on the specific day. So if you accidentally delete a file or folder from your project, you can go back to a previous version or previous revision and restore that change. When we talk about version control, we're talking about version control tools such as Git and SVN, which allow you to manage your code locally on your machine. We also talk about online services such as GitLab and GitHub that allow you to create a remote or online repository and store your code there using Git or SVN. In this video, we're going to focus on the online services, specifically GitHub. So we're going to create a GitHub account, and I'm also going to show you how you could go to GitHub and pretty much download any project and play with it. To create a GitHub account, let me open my web browser and go to github.com, and we're going to sign up for a new account. Okay, so here you're going to put your email address, and our email is softwareproafrica@gmail.com. So here you can enter your own personal email address. Okay, so we can hit continue and create a password. So I've written my password here for now that I'm just gonna type in. Okay, continue. Enter a username. I'm going to enter my long username, Software Pro Africa. Would you like to receive product updates? Me, I don't want to. So I'm just going to say no. Verify your account. Please solve this puzzle to verify that you are a human. Click start puzzle. Okay, let's play. Pick the spiral galaxy. Pick the spiral galaxy. Wait, what? Did I miss it? Pick the spiral galaxy. Really? Okay, I got it. I'm not a robot. Okay, what's next? Okay, create account. I don't want to save my password. So we send the launch code to my email. Okay, so I'm back. So I went to my other admin account and opened my Gmail and grabbed the code. Okay, let's go. Welcome to GitHub. Yay, we've created a GitHub account. Alright, so how many team members? For now, it's just me. Am I a student or a teacher? I would say maybe a teacher. Alright, and what specific features? I'm not interested. I can skip for now. Boom. Okay, so here we have our GitHub account. Our username, Software Pro Africa. Perfect. So the next thing we can do is create a repository. So a repository is a place where we're going to store our code online. So we have our code in our local machine and we can push it to the online repository so that our changes are in sync. We can also pull the latest change from the online repository. So if we have multiple users working on the same code base, then one user can make an update to the code in his local machine, push the changes to the online repository, and another user would go and pull those changes, make modifications, and maybe like push the code back to the online repository. So this is where we're going to store our code online. Think of it like a cloud where our code will reside. So when you create a repository, you can give a name uh, depending on your project. So in our case, if you remember, we previously created a simple application where we could log in with a username and a password, and it would just display a welcome message. So let's call our app Welcome UI or Welcome App. So Welcome UI. I'm just saying UI because we can make also backend and call it Welcome Backend. So we have our repository name. Now you can decide whether to make it public or private. In my case, I'm going to make this repository so that everyone has access to it. So you will be able to go to my GitHub page and download whatever code I post there. But you can also make it private, and private you can choose to work on it by yourself or choose people who are going to be able to access your code. So right now I'm going to make mine public, but you can make yours private. Then we don't want to add a README file because we're going to pull our code from our local machine to the online repository. So right now we don't want to add anything. All right, so git ignore. Yeah, don't worry about that for now. Don't worry about this. You just hit create repository. Perfect. So right now we've created our first repository, and it shows you what you need to do on your local machine, on your own computer, to be able to pretty much push changes to the online repository. So these are the steps that you are going to do, and we are definitely going to work on these steps. So before I conclude this video, I just wanted to show you like how you can actually download people's projects. So we're going to come back to these steps in the next video. But on GitHub, if you come to GitHub, pretty much there are a bunch of users like you. They are also developers. They have various kind of projects, and typically they will post their projects here, right? So you can go and find any user you would like and download their project and start making changes to it. So for example, let's just search for something random, React. And you can see that there's a React project from Facebook. There are multiple users that have a project called React. right? So let's try something else. Country codes. Let's see if there's a project that deals with country codes, and there's one project that deals with country codes. So you can actually go to this person's project. You can see the source code that they've made public. So if you look at the code, you can go in there and see what they've done, right? And let's say you want to use this code in your project. So this could be a library that you want to use in your own project. You can just come here to code. You can download it as a zip. So if I download it, right? So right now it's on my machine, and it goes to my download folder. So let me just bring it to my desktop. And if I double click to open this project, here it is, country code. And you can see that the country codes, you have all the files that they had in your project right here. Oops, it's actually this one. So, and then you can open it in Visual Studio Code. You can open your project like your own. So let me make this full screen, and you can just do File, Open Folder, and it's on my desktop. Then you can open this project, and there you go. Well, I'm just going to say I trust the authors. Okay, so now you have the person's project here that you can open, change. If it's a library, you can also import it to one of your projects that you're already working on. So like I said, next video, we're going to talk about how we can actually push our own project from our local repository to the remote repository. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.